Hello? Who is this?
Hi, Toby. It's me, Christos.
How in the world did you get this number?
Well, you remember that letter you got about houseplant insurance?
Yeah?
That was me. I sent it to get your number.
Okay, I'm pretty sure that's illegal, so I'm gonna hang up.
No, wait. I was gonna ask if maybe you wanted to get some coffee together?
I thought you were my biggest fan. You should know I don't drink coffee.
Hot chocolate then?
Fine, but only if it's Jock Touré.
I'll make it happen. Meet me at the Port Authority in an hour.
Here you go, man. Thanks. So, what are we gonna do?
I thought we'd just walk around and chat about science.
Are you kidding me? It's freezing outside.
Yeah, you're right. It is pretty cold. I wonder why.
That's a good question. We could head to my lab and do some research on that.
That sounds a lot like an episode of...
No, wait, I cannot believe you tricked me into doing another episode with you.
Hey man, you posed the question.
Yeah.
What happened to the lab, by the way?
Oh, well, the rent got a little too high, and I decided to move into this shared space with Mr. Lewis and Ms. Schmidt. She doesn't really like being on camera, but the computers are free, and that's all that matters.
Sweet. So, what are we gonna do about it?
Well, I'm going to pull up some historical data from 1998, probably air temperature, model it with a sinusoidal function, and see how it compares to 2018, since that's the last year with full data.
I have no idea what you just said.
Well, sometimes you just gotta press the I believe button. Alright, done.
That was fast.
Well, it wasn't that hard. You see, I plotted the data onto Desmos and decided to do a cosine function because it's how the data looks, starting at the top and ending at the bottom. It's a bell shape. I knew the period had to be 12 months in a year, so my B term was pi over 6. And I knew the phase shift would be about 7.5 to the right, since the hottest temperatures are in July and August. Split them down the middle. And then I found the midline by adding the maximum and minimum temperatures together, and then dividing by 2, which gave me a vertical shift of 58.35. Finally, I found my amplitude by subtracting my minimum from my maximum and dividing that by 2, which gave me 18.35.
So the equation is 18.35 cosine pi over 6 times x minus 7.5 plus 58.3?
You got it.
So that means if you plugged in 251 for x, you would have what it should have been last year, right?
Yeah, that's a great idea. Let's look, put in that point, and zoom out a little bit. And, aha!
What?
Huh. See, in November of last year, it should have been 53 degrees, but it was only 44.
That's a huge jump. I wonder what caused it.
Did you just ask a question about climate change?
Oh no, pollution woman!
It is I, Pollution Woman, and I am the reason for why the Earth has been heating up since the Industrial Revolution with the help of my friends, coal and steam.
You're scaring me.
That's the point. And I will keep raising the temperature of the Earth until the world is all mine.
I see what you mean, but how does that explain this graph here? I looked at the water temperature over the past 20 years, and I made sinusoidal equations. And from my calculations, it seems that it hasn't changed much. The equations from 20 years ago were 18.35 sine pi over 6 times x minus 5 plus 57.55. And the new ones are only 17.6 sine pi over 6 times x minus 233 plus 55.2. That's barely a vertical shift. I don't see the effects of climate change here.
Did you just disprove climate change?
You poor dumb soul. Just because your flimsy data doesn't prove that I don't exist doesn't mean that it's not happening. In 1875, New York's average temperature was 49 degrees and now it's over 55.
My God! New York's air temperature has increased over 5 degrees!
And if you give me 12 more years, I can increase the temperature by 4%, meaning game over. Corals will die, ice sheets will melt, and the world will be destroyed.
We need a comprehensive plan to reverse this.
Yes, like renewable energy, solar panels especially.
And restoring our forests. TeamTrees.org.
And farming smarter, and eating healthier.
And voting for Bernie Sanders!
Yeah! Feel the burn, pollution woman!
You guys found my biggest weakness. I'm melting.
The Green New Deal will save the planet!
Yeah! Okay, we gotta calm down a little bit.
Why? I'm telling the truth.
Yeah, but this show isn't supposed to be political. Where did you even get that shirt?
Store.berniesanders.com?
And how much did you pay for it?
$27.
And is it the only thing you got?
No. I also got this Bernie beanie and a dog collar.
Well, that's our show. Now if you'll excuse us, we have some serious refunding to do. See you next time.
Produced in association with the Daniel Beal Science Foundation.
With my friends, Poland Steve.
She just...
That is 100% going in the blooper.
Get me out of here. I'm so sorry. I can fix that for you.
It's fine.